The Directorate of State Security, DSS, in the southwest region of Nigeria has vowed to combat the growing menace of kidnapping along its highways. The commitment was made by the Ogun State Director of the Service for Lashade Adekayoja at the recent fourth quarter 2023 Southwest Conference for State Directors held in Abeokuta. The DSS said it plans to intensify its efforts to ensure a safer environment, especially as the nation approaches the end of the year and transitions into 2024. Adekayoja expressed displeasure at the increasing incidences of kidnapping along the highways and pledged to use the experience and expertise of the DSS in collaboration with other security agencies to combat the issue. Now, joining us on the news to discuss this is Ogbobe Fidelis. He's a lawyer and security expert to discuss security in Nigeria. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Fidelis.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right. So the defense headquarters are definitely, recording gains, as you've seen in the previous report. Now, can you tell us what led to the shift in the dynamics of this cross-border crime in Nigeria, and what measures have actually proven effective in mitigating these challenges?
You know that as a result of globalization all over the world and interconnection between one state and another, cross-border crime has been one of the major security menaces that have faced other nations in Central Africa, West Africa, and all over the world. And if considering the large expanse of Nigerian border, ranging about 4,745 square kilometers, land log, having the border with Benin, with Chad, with Niger Republic and Cameroon, as well as marine borders that border with Togo, Sao Tome and Principe, and the Equatorial Guinea. So we found out that it's actually very difficult for Nigeria to manage their border crisis. But we discovered that in this recent, in the new government, there's a new determination, because the past government took a security initiative, believing that closing the border to a very large extent will reduce the level of border-related crime and interconnection between the criminals in Nigeria and other borders. But that step, having been taken by the past administration, has not actually proved to be effective. So this new government, they open up the border space, increase the border patrol intelligence and the surveillance in that area. And we find out that there's also a reduction in the issue of insurgency, issue of terrorism within that space within the space of Nigerian border, which to a very large extent is also contributing to the border crisis. But one of the issues, the recent crime rate record released recently, we found out that the issue of human trafficking to a very large extent have continued unabated. The smuggle of light arms and weapons, which is also instigating terrorism, also increasing the internal security crisis we are having in this country, has also continued. But by holistic analysis, you can understand that there is a collaboration between this government agency, interagency cooperation, which to a very large extent has assisted in reducing the border-related crime. And there is also development of technology, which the Nigerian police and especially the military is also trying to deploy technology to ensure effective manning of the borders, increase the patrol within the border axis, and the community of Nigerian community within that border to the Nigeria has also contributed in the strategies in curbing border-related crime in Nigeria.
Ogbobe. Now, quickly, let's take a look at the recent incidents that happened in Kaduna State, where scores of civilians were killed, during a raid. Now, I would really like for you to tell me, how do you think, in light of this and other incidences, how does the government respond? How does the government's response to insecurity in Nigeria impact the public's trust and also confidence in its ability to defend and also, take care of its citizens?
It will be very better if we're able to separate the issue of crimes and the issue of terrorism. I want to show a dichotomy, a difference between what happened in Kaduna and other security challenges we are facing in Nigeria. The issue of Kaduna has to do with the counter-terrorism operation, which state has the responsibility to have their own sectorial definition of the concept, increase the type of weapon they can actually deploy in counter-terrorism operation, vis-a-vis other related crime, issue of kidnapping, issue of castle stealing, issue of other internal security issues that have actually bedeviled the nation. So the issue of Kaduna, you find out that the analysis and collective understanding of the factor has to do to a very large extent lack of collaboration between the security agencies in Nigeria to ensure that they bring that to the PRS minimum. And you have recorded over 400 persons killed in different incidences of this type of drone mishap, where the bombardment is not against the actual target, targeting Nigerian civilians, where the government has the responsibility to protect these individuals. To a very large extent, this has actually created a distrust, because there are some conspiracy theory to the extent that what is happening is an ethnic cleansing in Kaduna, which some of us not actually believe that it happened. But instances of this nature has actually increased the space for the development of this conspiracy theory, thereby trying to separate the people from the government and the agency that has the responsibility.
All right, so but how critical is interagency collaboration in combating these specific challenges that you've actually mentioned, especially regarding cross-border crime and ensuring swift responses to security crisis?
Before now, that interagency cooperation have actually been very, very minimal and dysfunctional to a very large extent. But when the new National Security Advisor, the Mr. President Nuhu Ribadu, came into government, he has one of his policies to ensure that the security agency, where we have over 10 to 13 different security agencies in Nigeria, can actually have a center where all of them can actually report, develop, share intelligence, and they also share operational strategy, because some of these agencies, some specialize in intelligence, some has higher capacity in terms of operations. So to a very large extent, in Nigeria as of today, we can see an improvement, even though it's not to the extent that some of us desire, but there's an improvement in the part of the government agencies and security to ensure that they relate and they collaborate at the interagency level in development of policy, sharing of intelligence, sharing of data to ensure that there's effective control of criminal activities within our borders.
All right, well, thank you so much. Sorry, I have to cut you short here, but time is not on our side. But thank you so much, Ogbobe Fidelis, for joining me on the news and sharing your thoughts on this.
Thank you.